McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. Session 31. Each session is 6 months. Wrap your head around that. Someone said to me, you know, Alan, no offense, but you look a little older now than when you started Pray It Off. Well, I started Pray It Off at 53 and I'm 69. So, I mean, I hope I look a little older, and God, I'm thrilled I had the grace. Who would have thought back in January of 2008 that this is the 17th year? Who would have thought it? I mean, God is good. But there are rules, because without rules, what is there, everybody?
Chaos.
There's chaos. And if there's one thing Ellen McCauley hates, it's chaos. Okay. Before starting any weight loss program, you really need to clear it with your physician. Do not start exercising and then wonder why you get hurt, and because you need to ease into certain things. I strongly believe in complete physicals, because then you know where you're at. You know your blood pressure. You know your cholesterol. You say to the doctor, do you have a diet you recommend? Because one thing about Pray It Off, it's not a diet. I don't say to you, you will follow this diet, that diet, this diet. What I say to you is, let's eat healthy. Let's move more. Let's write down everything we eat and drink. And there lies, I think, the beauty of it. Some people hate it, but I love it. I love it. We're going to talk more about that. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. St. Pio just happens to be our intercessor. It just worked out that way. I went to Father Pryor in 2007 in December and said, I want to start a weight loss group, and I want to call it Pray It Off. And he thought it was great. And a lot of new people think, are you going to like do calisthenics to the Hail Mary, you know? And no, and one person quit because they said you talk about God too much. The thing is, this is unequivocally a Catholic weight loss group where we will talk about God, we will ask the saints to intercede, and we'll ask the Blessed Virgin to intercede. St. Pio himself had trouble with his weight, and so he is the patron saint of our group, and it just worked out that way. We start at 6 on the dot. Now, Jean Moth is our vice president. She weighs everyone in. Let's hear it for Judy, who helped out tonight. She's our secretary of weight. Thanks for coining that, Judy. I mean, yeah, Judy coined that, Judy K. And, but Jean will be back. And for those of you who got here early tonight, I say thank you. Because I like to weigh everyone out in before it starts, so you can have a bottle of water, etc. But starting next week, and I'm going to be religious about it, at 5 of 6, I will stop weighing people in. Because I get here 4:30, and by 5 of 6, I usually have to run to the ladies' room. So I will stop weighing people in, and I will get you on the back end. So at 1:15 at the small group, I'll weigh you in then. So don't worry, you will get weighed in, but at 5 or 6, I'm stopping, okay? So, thank you. Most people paid their $10 registration fee. That money goes to Holy Family, because you see the package you get? Every week you'll get one of those, and you can put it in a 3-ring binder. The important thing to hang on to is the schedule and also the prayers, because you'll use those every week. Also, I already mentioned no chatter, and you have to hand in your food log every week. And that means even when you're on vacation. I think we live in a world that thinks, I'm on vacation, so I can eat and drink whatever I want. And that's how we ended up in a weight loss group. You know what I'm saying? Or it's Christmas, I can eat and drink whatever I want. I'm fat. So the thing is, we need to log no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. There's extra logs up here. Please use them. You have to wear your name tag, because especially the new people, what are they going to say? Hey, you with the blonde hair. You know, they want to know what your name is, okay? We're going to read one chapter from the Bible each week, and it's the chapter that's going to be the next Sunday. So table 1, it's in here. It's already there. They're going to go over it, and they're going to talk about it for 5 minutes and how it applies to our weight loss journey. Now, if you're at table 6 and you have something to say about that Bible verse, Absolutely. You can talk about the Bible verse, okay? Read the complete packet when you get home. I only hit the high points, and there's so much good information in here that I really want you to get a cup of tea. Green tea is great for you. Read the packet. It's just so helpful. Commit to attending every week, and let me tell you why. I would do this group if only Bob and I showed up. I would go, hey, Bob, put the camera going, here I go. You're not coming for me. You're coming for you. And we're going to talk a little bit about you coming up. Also, the best thing to do if you can't come is to text me. My phone number's right there. Or email me. And you have to have a valid reason. And some of you have been slipping on that. And I'm going to nail you in session 31. Because let me tell you why. It's Thursday. You got your pajamas on. You see that a new movie dropped on Netflix. There's a pizza in your freezer even though there shouldn't be. And you think, if I have that pizza and watch that Netflix movie, I have a whole week to lose weight before next week. You have to have a valid reason because it's a Catholic weight loss group and you can't lie. Right? Because if you lie, what's going to happen, everyone? You're going to go to hell. I'm only kidding, you're not going to hell. But you can't lie. You have to give me a valid reason for you. Otherwise, who would come? We'd all stay home in our pajamas, wouldn't we? So, it's a confidential group, especially you new people. Now, I don't care. If you're in Wegmans and I'm in Wegmans and you're with your husband and you say, hey, Ellen, this is my husband Joe. Ellen runs Pray It Off. But you don't say, oh, Mary, Joe, Mary's in Pray It Off and she was 300 pounds and now she weighs 150. You don't tell Mary's business to your husband Joe in Wegmans, okay? So, it's a confidential group. Also, there's a prayer box here. And there's a prayer chain at Holy Family. It's very powerful. But I swear half the intentions come from our group, and they love it. Like when we don't have Pray It Off, they're emailing me. Any intentions, Ellen? So if you want to pray, you put their name. I want to pray, please pray for Sue, who's having a biopsy. Or please pray for Jim, who's drinking too much. Or please pray for Ellen, who's having trouble losing weight. So you put your prayer on that sheet, and it'll be in the next prayer chain, I promise. If you use the elevator, make sure that the upstairs, downstairs doors are securely shut and send it back up. In the small group, I cannot tell you how important it is not to break into conversations like, so, what'd you do this week? Did you watch any good movies? Because I put so many topics on the small group discussion just so you aren't tempted. I mean, some tables don't even get through the first 3 topics, and you know what I say to that? Great. The whole purpose of the topics is to get you talking. Session 30 was devoted to change. It was devoted to what we need to do to embrace change, to go forward with our lives, to try to be healthy. But then I realized a lot of people did okay in session 30. But a lot of people could have done a heck of a lot better. And I thought long and hard about it. And I thought, in order to change, you have to love and accept yourself just the way you are. And then you go forward. People move in a positive direction when they're given unconditional love and affection. So this whole session is going to be devoted to loving ourselves. Because God says, love others as you love yourself. God doesn't say, treat yourself like a piece of crap. He doesn't say that. God says, love others, love yourself. So I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.